Alright, we've got a handful of zombies right in front of us. There's also a car that I need to use to get out of here, but I'm gonna have to sneak my way past them first. Or I could blow them up. How about we blow them up? Here's a zombie. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you're a silly zombie. Goodbye to your head. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Force here, and today we are checking out State of Decay. The game came to PC via Steam's Early Access, I want to say about a month or so ago. It's going to be officially launching this week, and I thought now was a fantastic time to show you guys some gameplay, talk with you a bit about my impressions of the game. And yeah, it's a zombie game. This is a third-person action survival game. Now, you hear zombie game, and you're immediately turned off. I understand, but this is pretty good. It has its issues, but overall, it's pretty good. In fact, I would say this might be the best zombie game that I've ever played. I'm really going to make that claim. I think this is a pretty well put together title, especially considering its price point, even though it's got its issues, even though it's got its bugs. Let me take you around the world of State of Decay on the Grand Tour. This is kind of a crappy car, though. So I'm actually going to bring this back to the shop. We'll pick up a nice car, and I'll take you on the Grand Tour with something a little more rugged, something that can deal with the terrain. So let me give you the download, the down low. We're in a zombie-infested world, and we're spending our time trying to gather up other survivors. Well, this car's kind of smoking too, but at least it's a truck. We're spending our time trying to gather up other survivors and get them to our center of operations, our home, if you will, which is right now the Church of Ascension. I've put about 4 hours into this game, and let me show you what I've covered. Let me show you where my playtime's been spent. So the game starts off here in this little camp, and all those little X's are essentially places that I have thoroughly investigated. So whether it's, you know, a house, a tent, whatever, these are areas. Whoa, what? There's zombies here? Looks like my buddy's up in the watchtower taking care of it. I was just afraid they were about to enter my car. Okay, so I started off up here. I probably spent about an hour up here investigating. It was a little campsite. There was a bunch of tents and cabins. I did investigate this one, but for some reason it didn't cross it off. And this was my starting area. That got overrun by zombies. The people there died. And then I took this road down here. I didn't investigate any of these side roads or building. We just took this road straight down into what is now our current town. Now you can see in the current town, I've investigated all those crossed off houses. Let's say it's about a third, okay? 1 to 2/3 of the houses within this small town here I've investigated. All of that time has accumulated to, I believe I'm at 4.5 to 5 hours right now. So I've spent 4.5 to 5 hours, and everything I just showed you on the map is what I've completed. Let me zoom out. This is the entire map. That's pretty huge. I mean, I am estimating the fact that I've just looked at the small area. I didn't check off any of these side roads, which admittedly might only be like another half hour worth of content. But we've got a little town over here. We've got a huge town over here, another town over here. I'm estimating this game, if you really spend your time through it, they're probably looking at around between 20 and 30 hours. I think that that's probably a pretty good estimate. I'm honestly assuming I can spend another 2 to 3 hours just in this one town alone. But I guess my point is, it seems like there's a lot of content in this game. There's a lot of stuff to explore, but is it worth exploring? Is it interesting? Is the combat interesting? Are the survival mechanics interesting? Well, that's hopefully questions that we're going to be able to answer for you here today. First of all, we've got a zombie horde straight ahead of us. You'll notice on the mini-map down there in the lower left, the art style of this very reminiscent of like a GTA game for me, sort of like a cartoonish style. In fact, you can even look at, if we bring up our map here, it's just got an interesting vibe. The text used and the graphic design of those sort of things. But anyways, yeah, lower left hand, we've got that red cone, and there's a picture of like a body moving. That's a zombie horde. It's essentially a large group of very imposing zombies. Now, also worth showing you, because the map is really important. It's going to inform you as to where you should be going and where things are located and what they are. And the way you discover that is actually an Assassin's Creed style survey point. located in every town or every a point of interest. You go up there and you have to spin your camera around, highlighting over the different buildings in the town, in which case it'll tell you what that building is. So we've got these houses over here, potential home site, gun shop, and these little sites right here, they're basically sanctuaries. They're places that I've set up an outpost. You can see outpost number 1. And you can also increase its area of influence by setting traps and things of that nature. But why don't we just go do some of the basic stuff, which is scavenging. There's various things you can scavenge for. Resources like food, medical supplies, ammunition, construction materials, and oil. In fact, that's everything that's located up in the upper left-hand position. You can see I've got 31 food, 27 medical supplies, 8 for the ammunition, 3 for the building materials, and 22 for oil. So we're just going to take our car, and we're going to try to drive slow, because the faster we drive, the more noise it makes. That's all indicated on the lower left-hand side at that mini-map. And we're just going to go to, I guess we can just go to one of these nearby ones right here. So here we go. We did this zombie. I don't know what he's doing. He clearly heard us. Here we go. He's coming back. So there's a few things we can do. We can just go. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do, actually. In fact, since he's on the door, why don't we just hit him with the door? All right, we're going to get out of the car. And now that he's on the ground, we can do what's essentially like an execution. So combat is done in a few ways. You have... Oh, no, an infestation. Well, why don't we go help that, And there's a zombie right behind us. So we've got a few melee attacks that we can do. You can either do a pushing or a kicking motion. And the whole goal of that is you're doing that to eventually get the zombie on the ground or pinned up against a wall, in which point you can execute them. The other thing you can do is you do have a melee weapon. You can just start swinging it, but I try to reserve that until I'm in a situation where I'm really overwhelmed, because it has a durability, and the weapons will eventually break. I think there's a way to repair these, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. There's this whole home base system, and where you're setting up all sorts of different locations, like a medical bay area, sleeping areas, food areas, and I think there's a repair shop area where you could potentially repair your melee weapons. Now, you do find an abundance of melee weapons. At least I have found it to be the case that there are an abundance of melee weapons within the world. So it's not like you're even if you use your weapons and they run out of durability, I haven't really felt at a loss of other weapons. So, all right, I was thinking about breaking into there, but that's the other really cool thing that I've loved about this game. It seems like you can go into pretty much every building, which is really, really awesome. I know there are a lot of games, and there's actually things worthwhile in there a lot of times. There's goods to scavenge. So I'm gonna actually bust in here. The door is locked, but what I can do is I can put a little force into it. Unfortunately, it's gonna make some noise, so I'll have to keep an eye out to see if that alerts any zombies. Okay.
Confirmed. We are Zed-free here.
Okay, so there's no Zeds in there, which is their terminology for zombies. However, I did make a bit of noise. It doesn't look like I alerted anyone. I know we've got a huge infestation in that house. I'm gonna deal with that. But first, I just want to see if there's any goods in here that are worth carrying. So we're going to be searching through this. Yeah, you can speed up that process, but I am not going to do that simply because of the fact that it makes a lot more noise. You basically make a decision. Ooh. What is this? That's interesting, just a note. Alright, so we just found some bullets. We also found this 2x4 with nails. We are encumbered, so we might want to bring this stuff back to town. Oh god, zombie heard me. Okay, here he comes, got him! I'm gonna do a baseball bat and try to just knock him on the ground with a couple melee hits, and then we can do execution. And we did have a couple of other zombies in that infestation that hurt us as well. But it doesn't look like they're coming down to us. There are little specks on the ground that you'll notice.
Attention, citizens.
Oh, here's
If your loved ones have contracted what's being called black fever, we advise you to quarantine them immediately. While at this stage, the Army does not believe the disease is communicable, its onset is extremely unpredictable. An unexpected death will lead to spontaneous reanimation.
Right.
It's good, right? Sit tight. I'm bringing this stuff home.
Roger that. We'll be waiting.
Okay, so I just found some supplies that I'm actually gonna run back home before we do this infestation. I know it's very anticlimactic, but unfortunately, that's something that I will say is a complaint. And again, I'm not without complaints for this game. This game is not perfect. It definitely has its issues. However, there is, even with its issues, there's, oh my lord, my driving. Even with its issues, there are still a lot of things that I really enjoy about this game. Alright, so, well, yeah, one of the things that I'll definitely say, though,
I'm almost there.
is that you fill up your inventory, at least in the first 4 hours here, you fill up your inventory very, very quickly, and you need to return back to town to dump it out. Now, I also found supplies, which I'm carrying on a rucksack on my back at the moment, which I just dumped those off. You can see supply run, resources gained, and now I'm also going to empty my backpack of the things that we don't need, and we're going to put it here in our supply locker. So this is our main town where I'm sitting at the moment. What bullets does it need? 22 caliber? That's a 22 caliber. I usually don't need that many bullets though, so we're going to just drop that down because honestly, you try not to shoot a lot, I guess, as you would assume with a lot of zombie games. Also, if you're wondering if it's always going to be dark, no. There is a day-night cycle, and it'll eventually turn light. Alright, so let's take this car back out. Because while it's still drivable... Is this one... Yeah, I think that one was missing... Yeah, that one's missing a wheel, so we're not going to... It's a better truck, but it's missing a wheel, so we're not going to take that out. Yeah, so I do feel like you have to go back to town a lot.
Hang on. I've got a transmission coming in.
But...
I think. It's pretty garbled. Let me see what I can do.
We got a transmission coming in.
Don't trust the army. They don't care what happens to us. They're turning us out in the goddamn street. For all I know, this is all their fault.
All right, ladies, that's enough. Off the ring.
What do you suppose that was about?
Dunno. But I think I want to find out.
Our scouts just spotted a new group of survivors. If you want to check it out, it's on your map.
Alright, so I'm trying to do stuff, and, you know, I'm trying to deal with this infestation that I showed you. And then, you know, I had to run back to town because my bag got full, and then we've got that radio call coming in. This game does a really good job of not giving you breathing room. They're basically constantly, there are new objectives, new survivors that come over the radio that you should try to rescue. People that are already survivors within your little encampment who need help. Either they've got like family members missing, or, you know, there's a situation where you need to try to contact the army, someone get injured, you need to find medical supplies. This game does a really good job of, whenever you're like just about to get started on trying to accomplish something seemingly more urgent pops up. And I think that's a really good thing about this game. You know, it has an evolving, persistent world, and there will continuously, not only based on your actions, but also on your inactions, be consequences. And oh, that's a lot of zombies. So we're gonna go out, and I'm gonna just start running people over with the truck, because really, I don't know that... I didn't bring a friend. You can bring friends with you out on these runs. I did not bring a friend. So our best bet right now is the truck, which is going to work pretty well. You can definitely get overwhelmed, and the real concern is that death is permanent. So you've got a set group of survivors. You can only play as ones that you've built up reputation with. That's a screamer. But they're both dead now, so we just got that one guy up there now. So that's the reason, you know, I could have just ran in there swinging my bat, and what do you think, you know? Oh, well, whatever, if you die, you'll just...
Looks pretty clear to me.
You'll just res and come right back? No, that's not the case. Death is permanent in this game, and that is why I was as terrified as I was. Because I don't want to lose my guy. He started to level up, you level up, there's progression within the game. It's pretty simplistic, you know? It's basically... You start, if you're running a lot, you'll level up your ability to run. And you become more efficient at it and more effective. That's basically how that works. So in this process of clearing a house here, we're going to be going from room to room. and looking for glowing objects like this. And that basically tells us it's something that's searchable and that there will be some sort of materials in there. And you'll notice on the mini-map in the lower left, there are these little dots in the house, and those are basically unsearched rooms. So we just have to go in there, search them, and then once we do that... Wow, that thing is really heavy. That encumbered us. That's fine. We'll be running back to town any minute. You're probably going to see me in the course of this video run back to town several times. Like I said, that's definitely a major complaint for me. You also notice that my mobility and stamina are affected by this encumbrance because we are carrying too much weight. Okay, so let's see. Is this... I like to, especially at night, I like to go around the house without the flashlight because it makes it really obvious what's searchable. Because sometimes it's just like a suitcase on the ground. Okay, so we went from room to room. There are no longer any dots within the house. And you also notice it did say that there's nothing left in the house. So if we go up to the mini-map, this house is now crossed off, and we don't... It just lets us know we fully searched the house. There's no need to go back and check it anymore in the future. And also, that whole infestation, that was a random event. And this is, again, part of the persistent world and the evolving world. Things just happen, and you just have to respond to them, or not respond to them. You could just leave that infestation there. No! No! Oh, no. Come on. Don't. Push this guy. Try to get him down. Execution. There we go. That's all of the zombies. Oh, there's one more, actually, right behind me. We're pretty low on stamina right now, which does affect our ability in combat. But it looks like we have eliminated all of them. Okay, so since we're encumbered, we are going to go ahead and run back. And I guess I killed 2 birds with 1 stone there. I was able to show you the dynamic event in the infestation, and I was also able to show you just the general process of searching through a house for various materials. I'm also able to show you 2 times in a row now running into a concrete post. So, that's good. Okay. And we are going to spend some time taking a look at all the different things you can do at your main home outpost. But at the moment, I don't want to do that because that's just basically a lot of me showing you menu items and kind of boring. So we're going to dump off the stuff that we found. This gains us influence. You're going to notice the influence right there in the upper left. It's right next to that star icon. That gains you influence, which is a basically currency that you're able to use to purchase upgrades, to convince people to come out and fight with you. In fact, why don't we do that right now? Let me try to find someone... Well, first of all, I'm getting encumbered very, very quickly. Am I just carrying something that's way too heavy? I guess my melee weapon, 1.8 pounds. I wonder if we could find something... This thing is really durable, though. This thing will last...
It takes hordes a while to congregate. If we clear some
quite a while.
It'll make things easier for us. For a while, anyways.
What I really need to do is just find a better backpack, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do right now is actually this. We're going to go like this, and we are tired. So we can switch to any characters that we have gained a friendly reputation with. You see, this person is our friend. This person kind of close to our friend, but they're also sick, so we want to bring them out. This person also kind of close to being our friend. Once you upgrade that friend bar from just the green progression bar to it saying friend, you can then play as that character. And this is very important because, again, death is permanent. So if one of your characters, when you're out in the world, dies, then that's it. So here we go. We're able to switch to this lady character. Lily is sad. I don't know why Lily is sad. And I'd also like to see if we can bring someone with us. Now, is he going to come with us? No, he is tired, so he can't come with us. So we need to find someone who is not tired or injured, which is kind of funny, by the way. There's a zombie apocalypse, and these guys are like, you know, I'm kind of tired. I don't want to come out with you right now. I'm sorry. Okay, so this person is at home. This person's on a mission. These 2 are at home, Lily Ritter and Pastor William. I wonder if I can bring them out. I'm not sure if I'm able to bring them out with me. I'm going to talk to these guys real quick.
God bless.
He refuses to go with me. Jacob Ritter is tired or injured, so he can't go with me. She is tired. He is tired or injured, so he can't go with me. Well, it looks like I might not be able to bring anybody. Let me go ahead and go up here. And... well... that's kind of a bummer. You're able to bring people out with you, but it looks like right now no one is willing to do that with me. And again, my buddy here is tired and injured. This is the guy that I was just playing as. Because he is tired, he's not coming with me either. So they're gonna rest up, and let's bring her out. Let me check her inventory. I guess we are pretty good here. I probably don't need this giant axe. It weighs a lot. So I'm gonna actually switch that out. And we are starting to get to daylight too, which makes me very happy because I did want to show you that cycle. There's just a lot for me to show you in this game. Let's take a look here. So we're gonna go ahead and go. So we got a bunch of different. So how much is this thing? This is 2.4 pounds. I want to bring something. Jesus, these things are heavy. We could just bring a regular baseball bat, which is only 1.8. Could also bring this hatchet. Whoa, shovel, 6 pounds. Holy heck. All right, so we want to find something that's not that heavy so we don't become encumbered with it. How much was this? This is just 1 pound, a rusty machete. That thing's about to die, though. All right, well, how about this? Because it's got great durability and it's at least a little bit less. So we're going to go ahead and unequip that. We're going to throw that in the stash, and then we will equip that. There we go. So we've got our melee weapon, and yeah, we've got our melee weapon, and we have our ranged weapon as well. And I will show you a bit of shooting, but it's really typically a bad idea. Also, I'm sure you will have noticed by now that I am, of course, playing with a controller. I just felt the keyboard and mouse controllers to be pretty janky. I have to be honest with you, I did not think the keyboard and mouse controllers were very good. So that is the reason why I decided not to play that way. And since this vehicle is kind of busted up, we're going to leave it here. And leave it here to get repaired. So, because what will happen is we've got, again, I'll go through this fully towards the end of the video, but automatically repaired body and tire damage for vehicles parked overnight. So the workshop at the moment is able to do that, and we can do various things with it using our resources and our influence as our currency. We can also purchase upgrades for all these different things. But yeah, there's basically, like I said, we've got the pastor's quarters. This is the sleeping area. We've got the kitchen. We've got an infirmary, a workshop. We have the radio, which lets us actually find various things. In fact, let me activate this. I want her to find me some materials, because materials are used to continue to upgrade this area. So we're going to go ahead and queue that up. It takes a certain amount of time, whether you're requesting to find something at the radio or whether you're upgrading various parts of your homestead. It brings up this counter. It's real time as well, so if you leave the game and come back 10 minutes later, it'll be finished. We've got a bunkhouse for more beds. We also have this watchtower here. We could upgrade this once we get some more materials, which will make it less rickety. And we also have the workshop it requires as well, so there we go. And then the parking lot here. Space for one car. Cars left here overnight will be repaired a bit if we have a workshop. And it's auto repair. Okay. I think, though, I need to put, you know what, I think I need to put the car that I want repaired in that spot right there. So I'm going to move this car here. Again, I mean, I've played for 4 hours, but it is definitely still much of a learning process. This car is a beast. It is huge. Whoa, there's a lot of people coming. Oh, boy. All right, well, I'm going to put this in the spot, and hopefully it'll get repaired. I don't know if all cars get repaired. It did say one car in the thing, but I guess it's possible. So here's a zombie horde. They are coming for our homestead. We do not want them to invade our homestead, so we are going to run them over with this rickety old truck. Here we go. All right, that's great. And go back this way. Thank you very much. There's one more. Well, since it's just a single zombie, we can just go ahead and do this. Yeah. Oh, so good, so good. All right, so we're gonna take this car out now, and I would like. Well, no, there's zombies. More zombies. Are they in our homestead? Jesus, I keep running into shit. Okay, looks like they've been taken care of. Fantastic. All right, so let's back out of here. Whoop, doop, doop, doop. And let's take a look at the map. So we fought off an infestation. That's great. You just saw me kill a zombie horde, and there's actually another one coming, which I am supposed to intercept. because they're coming towards the house. So let me get rid of that. But then we'll go on one of these. There's various quests. There's Seek and Destroy quest. I thought I already did that. There's a quest over here, though. Investigate the signs of survivor activity.
All right, best of luck.
I think that's what I will do. So we're going to go ahead and do that quest.
I hear ya.
Quest will just randomly pop up. You know, you heard conversation a few times over the radio. So that's essentially what will happen. Someone will call out for help or something along those lines. And then you can decide whether or not you're going to go do it or not. And like I mentioned earlier, it is they definitely make it so that there's always too much for you to do. And it doesn't seem possible to always complete everything that you want to do. Like, I am consistently wanting to go out and find more materials, but the problem is all these seemingly urgent things pop up, and like now, got freaking people over here. Come on, get away. Get away. Oh, he got shot at the same time I need him in the head. That is kind of really funny. All right. Let's run over here. Get this dude. Fantastic. Okay. Let's take our crappy car out. We could honk our horn. Usually not the smartest idea, though, because it calls attention to you. All right, so what I'm going to do now is we are going to go and do this scavenger quest. There's just so much for me to show you. This is, like I said at the top of this video, this is a really, really cool little game. It's got some... I've encountered a few situations where there have been some pretty weird bugs. The storyline leaves much to be desired. The story definitely leaves much to be desired. The game starts off weird. Any story beats that come up are weird. But I guess that kind of makes sense just because of the way the game is designed and the fact that you will be constantly losing members. You can't really have a solid, persistent story if the game doesn't know when you might lose one of your characters. You know what I mean? The game doesn't know when one of your characters will die off. So the story is just, you know, it just boils down to, hey man, there are zombies all over this world, and you should try not to die, and you should try to help other people. It doesn't really, the one thing that I found hasn't really been tackled is the mistrust of other humans, which I feel is probably like, I think someone would agree it's like the biggest danger in any, seemingly, obviously, you know, we're talking about if this were to ever really happen, but it seems like the threat of other humans would be one of the biggest dangers. Would be one of the biggest dangers in a real apocalyptic scenario like this. It doesn't really deal with this, and it doesn't really deal with it in this game. It pretty much seems that you trust everybody, and whenever someone asks for help, you're willing to help them and bring them into your clan, if you will. That's how it's been for the first 4 hours. I don't know if that's going to change and we're going to encounter humans that do suck, but so far it's been everyone's been nice, and everyone's been our friend. We got some more guys coming over here. So you have seen me mow through some zombies. The basic zombies are definitely easier to kill. There are gargantuan zombies that are just gigantic and very hard to kill. There's also screamer zombies. It seems like they have at least a few different zombie types. I guess there's a great example of glitching. That guy was just twitching through the wall. And now he just flew up there. The game is not without its problems. There's no question about that. But I just think there's a lot this game does right. I think even though you see me mow through these basic zombies, they're genuinely terrifying because, again, if a character dies, which it's happened, I've lost a character. It was to one of the gigantic zombies, the gargantuans. But I have lost a character, so it is scary because if you get overwhelmed and you die, then that's it. You lose everything you've progressed with that character, any leveling up that they've done, you know, you lose all of that, and that's something that's no fun. So you can see we've got cardio, wits, fighting, shooting, and then also there's like weapon proficiencies as well. Okay, so we've taken care of, it seems like, all the zombies. Let me talk to this guy.
You watch my back, and we'll split everything we find 50-50. Sound fair?
Okay, so
I'm just scoping out the rest of what's here.
So this is a quest. This is a mission. He is asking me if I want to work with him, and it is in my best interest to do so. I could tell him no, get out of here, but I want as many people to join my clan as possible so that I have backups. I have people that I can call out with me to go on missions with me. So I'm going to say yes.
All right, be ready in a minute.
So basically, he is gathering, and I'm going to have to fend off zombies, is what's going to happen. if zombies come. I mean, it could, because we just cleared all the zombies around. Oh my lord, there's 2 zombie hordes coming. Dude, hurry up. Dude, hurry up. We gotta try. I'm gonna try to stay as quiet as possible. There are 2 zombies.
This is looking good.
Okay. Come this way. Sneak with me, please. Oh no, he's still gathering. Oh my god. Oh my god. Please turn, zombie horde. I really don't want to deal with this. No. What are you doing? No! Oh god.
Don't let him in.
Shoot. Okay. Okay. Please finish.
This isn't gonna be quick.
Zombies inbound.
It better be quick.
We're doing what we can. Do your job to protect us.
You ready to go?
Almost. Just a second.
We got another zombie over here.
Break its fucking skull!
Little vulgar at times. This game definitely can be a little vulgar at times. He is not ready, and no! No, I can't believe there's actually 2 zombie hordes coming. Oh my god. You guys might see me lose a character here. Oh no! Alright, I need to get in the car. I need to get in the car. This is there is way too many zombies. Get the hell away from me. Gonna back this up. There we go. Come on. I'm coming, I'm coming. Stay alive, stay alive. Get out of the car. What are you doing? What, go through the windshield? Are you kidding me? Oh my lord. Alright, we're gonna start shooting. No! No, we're about. Come on, zombies. There's a fat guy there. He's not the big dudes that I was talking about earlier, but he's still pretty big. Alright, let me just start swinging my weapon here. This is definitely a situation where I don't mind losing some durability.
I can use some food.
God. Oh my lord. Alright, we're gonna eat up. Oh, we have our med kits, our meds here.
Lead the way.
We also have a snack.
Lead the way.
Let's move.
And he is, oh, thank the Lord. He finished. We survived. It is all good. Before we leave, though, I am going to search for my own goods. He did say we're going to be splitting stuff here.
I was searching over on the west side and ended up in Jerry Haskins' place. Pictures of the smug son of a bitch with celebrities all over the walls. Typical Jerry. Look how important I am. But I'm digging through his place looking for some duct tape. I know, right? Like that asshole would have duct tape.
Come on.
And in the junk drawer in his kitchen, I find these pictures that, well, trust me, I'll never look at the tailpipe of the 72 Falconer hatchback the same way again.
Weird.
Jesus, if he was still around, I'd never let him hear the end of it. No point in speaking ill of the dead, though.
Weird. This game can definitely be weird. There's some really weird moments. They say some really weird things. I mean, it's a little grotesque, but you know, it's a zombie game, so I guess it's apocalypse. It's the end of the world. I guess that's what you expect. Alright, so we have rescued him now, and he will be joining our clan. At least I believe so. That's how it's worked all the times in the past. Let's take a look if he becomes our friend here. Gonna bring him inside of the house. Nothing's happening. Well, a lot of times when you complete a quest like that and you rescue someone, they become a member of your clan and all sorts of stuff. Is it telling me to do anything else for him? I really have no idea, to be honest with you. Let me zoom out. What is this thing right here? This is materials. Okay, so those are materials. Remember I asked that lady to search, the radio lady to search for materials? I guess that's exactly what she did there. Right. And some other stuff going on. I need to deliver supplies. Oh, he wants, is that, I think that's the quest that I'm on right now. He wants me to deliver supplies over there. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, well, I've shown you a lot. And there's definitely still much more to this game. The one thing that I haven't shown you, I guess I could show you somewhat. First of all, let me just show you some of the house stuff. I'll just go through these tabs really quickly. So these are all, you know, these are all my Oh, these are all my people. These are all my friends. We already took a look at this. You can see if they're hurt, if they're sleepy. I can actually tell this guy to come out with me right now, I think. Unless I can't because I already have this guy with me right now. The stats for whatever character you happen to be playing at the moment, their efficiency and cardio, wits, fighting, and shooting. We have got events that take place. This is just a catalog of everything that's happening while you're playing. Anytime something comes up, basically. So here's an example. Trait discovered. Who's this guy? Christopher. Trust me. Okay, so that's the guy who just talked to me. Okay, she found the materials. Yeah, this is everything that's happened while we've been playing. That's just exactly how it works. Here's some basic stats as to what's going on with you, your influence, your currency, the population of your home, the number of beds that you have. You need the beds to exceed the population or else people stay tired. Labor, and then also fame within the world. And here it is, the Church of Ascension. This is our home base, and this is also an outpost that we have down here. The outpost is this thing right here. We can have up to 4 outposts at any given time. But for our home base, like I showed you, there are all these different things, the sleeping areas, the kitchen, and they all have their different attributes. So the kitchen here protects against food contamination, allows the preparation of feast, though we need someone who's a good cook to be able to do that. And then we get bonuses from it. We can choose to cook a good meal. It'll take 30 minutes to do it, but it'll give plus 20 max vitality for everyone. And you know what? We have the food and we have the influence. So we're just going to queue that up because I think that's something very good to have. So in 30 minutes from now, everyone will get plus 20 max vitality. And anything else that we can do there? No, because that's queued up, that's it right now. There's nothing we can do here for the pastor's quarters. For the radio tower, again, we can ask her to search for different things. I'm going to ask her to actually search for another material cache because gathering materials is so huge because it's what's used to upgrade this home area. So I'm going to ask her to find another one of those. We've got this over here. It provides 8 beds, increases everyone's stamina by 10. Must have a bed for everyone though, as I mentioned. So you need more beds than you have people. We've got this right here. We can upgrade it. However, we need an untrained caregiver. Oh, I'm sorry. Plus 20 chance to recover requires trained. So I need a trained healer. And I also need 40 materials in order to get this, all the benefits of the infirmary. So I need a library and 40 materials in order to upgrade that. You can also remove any of these squares and replace it with something else if you so desire. But having an infirmary is important. Here in the workshop, do things like make a suppressor for a weapon, make a firecracker, also make a, looks like a flaming cocktail, basically. Upgrade it to a couple of different things, a machine shop or a munition shop, whatever one we so desire. So it's pretty cool. You've got these little areas of home base and you've got these various things and you upgrade them. I don't know what else to say, really. The parking lot doesn't look like we can upgrade that anymore, unfortunately. And we do have that one parking space which will repair vehicles within it. And yeah, lastly, I'd like to show you the Assassin's Creed style discovery of a town. I don't know that I'll be able to do that for a new town, but I can just show you how I did it for this town.
Stay alert.
We're gonna take this this car smoking too. The cars get like this because I keep ramming them into zombies. But all right, let's just take this one here. And you can find cars all throughout the environment. You'll notice on the map we've got a car here, a car here, a car here, a bunch of cars down over there. And any car you find you can just take up and bring back to town if you want. I think these guys will be all set with the zombies that are coming. So I'm going to show you the watchtower. And that is what I used to discover. So the survey point here. This is what I used to discover this town. This is the same system that was used at the very starting area that I was at. That little campsite, you were able to use that, and it's a pretty simple thing. It's not just walk up on top of the tower and you will automatically discover all the important points. You do actually have to physically take a look around. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so let's get out of here real quick and go up over here. Climb up this thing. Come on,
Keep an eye out to the left.
get up the ladder. There we go. Just like you can search faster, you can also climb faster, but it also does make more noise. I believe, at least. Well, you know what? Maybe climbing faster doesn't make more noise. So you can just climb faster. So you should probably do it that way. Okay, so there'll be a point like this. You'll climb to the top of it. And then what'll happen is once you're on top, you're supposed to survey by using the same thing you used to shoot.
Gonna look around now.
Oh, so here, this is perfect. It wasn't like this before. I had discovered everything before, but it looks like there's something that I missed. At least I guess I didn't discover everything. So all these little points that you see, they were marked on my map. They were initially question marks. And then what you do is you mouse over it, and after a few seconds, it identifies it.
Looks like an infestation.
And tells you what's going on. Kind of annoying, to be honest with you. Because every single little point that you see here and every identified point on the map, I had to mouse over and wait a second to identify it. Now, that was just a zombie horde. I was like, I thought I discovered that house. So yeah, it's kind of annoying, but I guess it makes more sense than just... They're just putting more work into it. They're requiring you to actually physically look around and take a second before the things become identified, rather than it just happening automatically. So here's a great example. I haven't gone into the gun shop yet. So if I don't think I've gone to the gun shop yet. So if I haven't. So if I go into the gun shop, chances are pretty good I'll find some munitions there. And yeah, I've spent a ton of time with this game. I haven't even finished searching all the way through this town. There's still a few larger towns available, and then just some smaller offshoot roads. I really do like this game. It's a little buggy. Not much in the way of a story, but I think that's just, by design, because you'll lose characters all the time. I guess it sort of makes sense. But man, for 20 bucks, I think this is pretty cool. A little funny, like that. That's a little funny. I wish he goes down a ladder, kind of weird, but whatever. Overall, I would say, especially given the price, this is one of the more interesting, and it's been really engrossing. Like I played this pretty much 4 hours straight last night. I just didn't want to put it down. It's an interesting world. It's pretty fleshed out. You can do a lot of things. Even the simplicity of being able to jump over objects like this, I think, is pretty huge, and more than I'm used to from these zombie survival games. I guess that's all there really is to say. But that is that. This is State of Decay. Let me quickly exit, because there is one thing I want to check. Pretty sure it's only single player. That might be wrong, though. But I am pretty sure it's only single player. I think that's the one major question people would have had. Also with the PC version here, even though I've been playing with a controller, we've got things like graphic settings. Not much, unfortunately. The graphic changes that you can do are basically max, ultra, medium, and min. That's it. The only reason I wasn't playing on ultra is because it was dipping a little bit below. I like to play my games at 60 frames. This was getting closer to like 40 and 50 at times. So I just left it at maximum for that reason. But not a lot of graphical settings options, unfortunately. Got a few sound settings, which is nice, although I would like to see a master. I always like to see a master volume beyond the 3 separated ones. But c'est la vie, it is what it is. This is State of Decay. Checking it out, I think it's pretty good. I really like it. I mean, look at the amount of time that we spent with this thing, and I feel like there's more I probably still could have shown you. But there you go, that is the game. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. And as always, keep watching and keep owning.